Welcome to the Trading Daddies podcast, hosted by yours truly, the Master Crayon Eater, Ooga Booga 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 Apes, and as always, my amazing co-host.
Good morning, a beautiful Saturday, July 10th. My name is the Poster Boy.
The Poster Boy.
Poster Boy.
People was asking, you guys were asking, well, why is my name Poster Boy? Because every single morning, I get posterized by people on the Discord channel.
Not by design.
Not
by design. I don't think it's by design. Is it by design?
You're the one who's making up all the memes.
Hey, I make those memes out of love, my guy. Out of love. And back again for the second time, not in a row. We took a week out, right? But back again, Andrew is back with us. We enjoyed his company so much the last time, and we asked him to hop on again for the second time. Andrew, how are you, my guy?
Good. Doing well. It's been a crazy week. Just ups and downs.
Yep. Has it been volatile for you this week?
It's been okay. It's always volatile if you play that zero DTE. So
every time I hit a zero DTE, this is exactly what I do. Like every time I close out a trade, that's exactly how I feel every time I hit a zero DTE.
Like it's you just so won a championship or something?
It's so much fun. It is. If you guys ever thought about like investing's fun. Investing is great, right? Take your money, put it in something, have it fun for long term. But zero DTE, man, that's
not investing. What are you talking about?
It's not.
Why would you compare that to investing?
No, we'll talk about this in the episode. But if you guys definitely interested, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit that post notification bell, give us a nice preemptive thumbs up if you guys like this content. If you give us a thumbs down, your mom's a hoe. Yeah, it's plain and simple. If you guys want us to cover a stock, drop it down in the comment section below. We'll definitely take care of that on Daddy Bits. That being said, let's get to it after this intro. Welcome to the Trading Daddies podcast, hosted by yours truly, the Master Crayon Eater. And as always,
what's going on?
My amazing co-host,
Poster Boy here.
Poster Boy. I'm trying to change your name to Poster Boy. I think I can. There's a way for me to do that, actually. Edit name. There's a way. Poster Boy. You want BOY or BOII?
Oh, BOI sounds good.
So it's not just Poster Boy, it's Poster Boy. And back again is Andrew. Thank you, Andrew, for joining us today.
Glad to be back.
Nice. And we were talking about this earlier. When you hit a zero DTE, you feel like you just win a championship. You close out that trade. You're making some good gains. You're like, I feel like LeBron. And there's investing, right? There's investing when you're throwing money into a stock, right? And you're watching it long term. There's also swing trading where you're throwing money into something and then you're waiting for it to mature, right? And then you're taking your profits. There's also day trading. So think about it as investing is cocaine. Think of swing trading as crack cocaine. And day trading, zero DTE, is pure heroin. That pure heroin.
How would you know?
That pure heroin. It's the thrill that kills.
Wow. Great analogy, by the way.
I mean, it makes sense. And you keep coming back for more. Sometimes you get burned, but when you don't get burned, oof.
Well, you also we're talking about the fast gains and the quick money, right? Why don't we ever talk about the risk management of zero DTE? Can you explain?
Ask me again.
What's your stop loss?
What's a stop loss? No. So zero DTE is for those who don't know, Zero DTE is a 0 day to expiration, right? 0 day to expiration. So when you're playing the options market, usually it's a Friday, obviously, because there's 0 days for your place to mature. So it's quick, very, very quick trades. You go ham on volume, maximum pop, but you have to be sure. You have to be sure, and you have to have the gift of foresight in order for you to figure out where the direction of the stock can go, right? And it's very risky. That's plain and simple. Yeah. Day trading is very risky business because you are in and out, right? But you have to keep your stop losses tight.
Yeah. Okay, sorry to interrupt you. You actually have a stop loss for 0 DTEs?
10%, always.
You guys heard it here. You guys heard it here. We do have stop losses.
We do have stop losses. So every time I hit, I take a day trade, I automatically set a stop loss for 10%, just in case. Because once it hits 10% down, I'm out. Like, you know what? I'm gonna take this 10% off. I might lose what, $200, but I'm gonna start looking for a different play. That's why when we're trading, we want to be able to have all multiple not screens, but multiple stocks on your charting page, so that you have a clearer view of what you're actually playing. Also, don't change these things. So maybe a couple of charts you change, right? Just so that you have an idea of what other people are talking about. But you have to have a stable of stocks that you really love playing, right? So think of it like you're a pimp.
Oh yes,
think of it like you're a
Give me an analogy. Right? Give me an analogy.
If you're a pimp, you have a bottom hoe, right? That's your down bottom hoe. That's your like your stable. Like, you know that she's gonna collect for you. Like, she's the one who's gonna go to your other corners and collect your cash, right? And when you drive up, she has it. You know what I'm saying? She has it. So in order for your other plays to mature, your other stocks that you're watching, you have to know how they move. And what kind of pimp doesn't know how their stocks move? You have to keep your pimp hand strong when you're playing the stock game, right? So you have your one main stable stock, and then you have, depending on how big your screen is. For me, it's 10 stocks.
Mm-hmm. And I always any different time frames.
So when I'm looking at it from a macro view, I always look at what the day chart's doing. Right? Look at the daily first. See where the levels are in terms of where the EMAs are, where the candle is currently and where the EMA is. And then I go into the 5-minute chart. The 5-minute chart tells me if there's any short-term momentum, right? So the reason why we go into the 5-minute chart is because it's a short trade. Are you really going to trade on the 15-minute chart for a trade that's going to probably last you 10 minutes?
Man, I love how you're throwing us some gold here.
You know what I'm saying? So once you hop into that trade, sometimes you know what really worked out for me yesterday?
Which one?
5-minute chart. I saw the trend, hopped into the 1 minute, and that's what I traded.
Oh, so when you see the trend on the 5, you trade the 1.
I trade the 1 because the 1 is like, dude, you can see every minute. That's like so fast. Every minute a new candle pops in, and you're like, oh.
Do you also make that sound?
I do make that sound. My wife passed by. She was like, "What are you doing? It looks like you're having a seizure." I'm having ooga booga. So, for those who are looking to day trade, there are different techniques that you need to deploy in order for you to be profitable. And it's not 100% hit all the time. No, it's not. Yesterday, for example, I started with a negative 600. And miraculously found some plays that made sense to me. And one thing that I've
shown.
Oh,
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's talk about some member gains. Shout out to the people on our Discord. We do have member gains to show you guys.
You showed us. Jay wanted to learn how you were trading Amazon.
Oh yeah, there we go.
That was pretty cool.
Some member gains for y'all. Shout out to Ruel with $900 off of Apple
Hawaii.
On vacation. Oh my
god!
On
vacation.
On vacation, and he woke up late too. He woke up late.
I was talking to him yesterday, and he was like, "Yeah, man, market opens at 3 here."
3:30 in the morning.
3:30 in the morning.
3:30 in the morning.
He texted me. He was like, "God damn it, man! It's hella early."
Hey, Andrew, what's the earliest? Like, have you ever traveled and traded in the East Coast yet?
No, I haven't. I mean, so I was trading when I went to Mexico, which is actually better.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because they are 2 hours ahead. So then I would be able to wake up at 8:30 and trade.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But John had it good too. Yours is John's an hour ahead.
I feel good when I wake up.
You feel good?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm not like this.
Oh, that's me.
In bed.
That's me. How many times have you guys turned on your phone and you're like, this is so bright, and then it falls on your face?
Falls.
Does that ever happen? Happens to me all the time.
Shout out to Ruel, because he sent us on our Discord. I created what's called the Daddy Vacations or Vacation Daddies.
Vacation
Daddies, and he took a picture of his balcony, and the beach was just a beautiful view, and he's enjoying time right now, and he's so happy. He was like, "Oh yeah, I made this much while on vacation." And I was like, "Oh, great job."
That's love. That's
student
love.
of the game.
Student of the game, and the view is beautiful. By the way, it's off the balcony, and across the water is the other Hawaiian island. That's amazing. That's pretty. Talk about taking your work wherever you go, right? And that's the beauty that we're trying to show you guys. It doesn't matter where you are. The market always has a time and place, right? So it doesn't matter where you are. As long as you have this kind of knowledge, you are allowed to make some cash while you're out enjoying fun. I'm pretty sure after that, he just went ham. Imagine all the poke he's eating. Imagine all the food that he's just devouring over in Hawaii.
Luau's.
Ah, man, I want to go back.
Yeah,
I want to go back. I need to keep hitting these good days.
These zero DTs.
Zero DTEs. Shout out to Matt with $328. Beautiful. It's amazing. That's great.
We gotta get him back on the show, man.
No, we do. We really do. TK Evong 8,400 on Apple calls. Savage, a full savage. That's a volume play. 100 contracts.
100. Oh my god, these
crazy.
Where do we find these guys, man?
I don't know. There's a certain level of degeneracy in order for you to play the market. 100 contracts. That's like saying, hey, let me put $100 on Black 17.
Exactly. Green zero.
I don't know who made 588 off of. I don't see it. Let me see that. Where is that?
Oh, that's Ruel again.
Oh, Ruel off of Disney. Off of Disney calls yesterday. Disney was a monster yesterday.
Yeah.
Disney was a monster.
3%. Yeah.
Disney was a monster. Speaking of Disney, make sure that you guys watch Black Widow.
I was gonna say. Same exact thing. You read my mind, man.
I know. Watch Black Widow because I have a pretty sizable Disney position and I need that. So
watch Black Widow, from Disney at AMC.
Oh, watch it. Oh, say that again, John. Say that again.
Well, I want to talk about Black Widow because first of all, they brought about 87 million. And this was a headline right here from 4,100 screens. Just imagine, just imagine, what the percentage of that is AMC screens.
Oh, you're tempting me here, John. So you're saying add AMC.
Add Disney.
And AMC.
I'm getting a migraine and it's only 9:30, bro. Like,
add both. Mr. DJ, Apple contracts, $650 for a Friday. That's pretty good. Juice, Snow. You know what? Why aren't we playing Snow that much?
It ran too.
I know.
Yeah.
That was a good spot. You played it?
I played it. I got in the morning and it was up and down, and I was like, all right, let me close out my position. Yeah, and then after I closed it, it ran up another 5 points, and I was like, oh, I made $100. I made $100.
Oh, so. Green is green, but damn, that happened to me yesterday with Tesla. Don't ever do this, kids. Don't revenge trade. So I was down, I think 138 on Tesla. And I saw strength again, so I hopped in, closed it way too early, and it runs another 3 points.
But, here, please explain, 3 points, and
So on zero DTE, because zero DTE premiums are super cheap. If you start, like, let's say if you're looking at your brokerage, right? If you're looking at your brokerage, you take a look at Tesla on, if you take a look at Tesla options that expire on Friday.
Yeah.
Right. Expire on Friday. Premiums are at the money for the 655 calls or 660, which is the next one up. They're $1,400 per contract. Right. And as the week goes by, right, at the money calls, meaning where the price is currently, they tend to get cheaper because of time decay.
Yep.
So by Friday, at the money calls, wherever the stock is, could probably cost you maybe $148 per contract.
So you would do like 10 contracts.
So you go ham on volume.
10 or 20.
10 or 20, depending on how much you're willing to risk. Anyways, remember that each trade that you take has to have a certain dollar amount that you're willing to risk.
Yeah.
As your portfolio size gets bigger, that risk gets bigger too.
Yep.
Because you're sizing up, right? A common mistake that a lot of traders, beginner traders do, which is I made this mistake too, is going full yard and getting taking all your play money, all your capital into one stock, which don't do that. No, don't do that. Because if that position takes shit, especially that's it. You're out.
It only takes one time.
It takes one time, right? That's why when we ask you guys if you guys want to learn how to trade, these are the things that we teach you guys. These are the things that we tie in together so that you can determine these trends to the upside or to the downside, because you can make money both ways. We're not perma bulls. We're not perma bears. We're apes out here. We trade both directions, right? And especially intraday, even if the market is super choppy, there's always a way for you guys to make some gains. You just have to know how, right? A YouTube video can teach you guys a bit, but is a YouTube video going to teach you the intricacies of it all? The little nuances of it all? No. That's why we have the free seminars to teach you guys, to show you guys how we do it. And somebody over here made some money on Amazon for $25.40.
Who was that?
I don't know, some handsome dude.
And handsome feller.
Some handsome fella there. But that's a pretty cool trade. Calls and puts, so both directions.
There you go.
And a 3-point move, right? When I'm talking about a 3-point move, is especially on a position that has a huge amount of contracts.
Yeah.
A 3-point move is the difference between $100 and thousands of dollars.
3-point move.
3-point move. 3-point move. Even if you take a look at the delta at 60 cents, right? Let's just say 60 cents is the delta. This is just me spitballing. So $60 times 10, 600 times 3, $1,800.
You know, when I yes, I do talk about, you know, to my friends and all that. Oh, Tesla moved 10 points. Oh, what is that? $10? Nah, man, that's like $1,000, man.
Yeah.
They're like, what? Tell me more.
Crazy, right?
Options would change your life. Tell them that.
Did it change your life,
Andrew? Yes, it did.
Yeah. How did you? So when you started trading, Andrew, tell us how that came about.
Tell us your trading journey.
Yeah. Tell us your trading journey. Like how you got it. How you got indoctrinated into the cult.
Really, honestly, I started messing with options at the wrong time, but luckily I made some money, which I started in January with options.
Were you trading shares at all before?
Yeah, so I was just buying shares, right? I was just before it was just investing in shares, you know, just I would look at dividends, you know, with good company track records, Verizon, I actually have some Home Depot, Apple, such like for long term, right? Long term. And yeah, so before then I was just, you know, buying the dip.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, and then when I started messing with options, I was like, oh, this is so much cheaper than just buying 100 shares.
What?
And then I was like,
sorry, what was do you remember your very first option trade?
Yeah, it was it was BlackBerry.
A whole savage.
Yeah, I was like, oh, let me mess with the options, right? And that's what I said in January when I started.
A whole savage.
And yeah, I was like, oh, cool. BlackBerry and AMC back in January. I was buying leap calls.
What a savage.
What a savage.
Yeah, so I was like, I came out alive. I actually made like 2,000 off of BlackBerry. Yeah.
Nice.
When back when it went up to $18.
Yeah, that was a fun like towards in January, right?
Yeah, that's why. And then after that I was like, and then I started looking into more companies where it's actually good long term for leaps, right? I was like, all right, let me stop messing with this, because after the Robinhood haul and all of that, I was like, all right, let me do some
so
research.
You figured it out. You're like, oh, this is dangerous stuff.
Oh, this is dangerous. I was like, I saw it went from 18 back to like 10. I was like, oh, okay, I'm glad I got out. I'm not messing with this again.
So what made you that change? Like, because a lot of people would actually dive back in to all these, you know, risky stocks, right? And what made you change, you know, to look into blue chip stocks and not about, you know, risking it all to your money with penny stocks, but changing the way you trade?
Honestly, I've seen it, you know, from just looking at it and seeing how fast it went up and it crashed back down. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to mess with that. Let me just throw into some companies that are better for long term, you know.
Oh, Nico, you should.
And yeah. But now I'm back in AMC, and you know.
My gosh. Oh, now you see how he perked up the moment you said, "Oh, I'm back at AMC." Look at him celebrating. But when I said, "Oh, so you took out your profits from BlackBerry and you put it into dividend producing companies," and then you see Nico just staring at the wall and or at the floor. It's like, this is some boring stuff.
So I mean, there's these hype cycles that we go through, right? As traders, there's these hype cycles that we go through. There's times that it makes sense for your portfolio to be in investing. It makes sense. Like, for example, after the tech bubble popped short term recently, it made sense to get into boomer stocks.
Yeah.
It made sense, right? And then once the boomer stock, because all right, let's just be real here. It was never about the bonds. It was never about the bonds.
Because the markets were so strong yesterday.
Yeah, it's always about profits. It's always about taking profits. What kind of trader are you if you're not taking profits? A horrible one at that. Like if you like unless you're a long-term investor, that's the difference. That's the difference. That makes markets move. If you're a long-term investor, at dips you buy, you hold, you buy more, right? And as a trader, when you see profit, you have to take it, right? Because you don't have that kind of that risk tolerance to lose out on some profits short term, right? But you can be both. You can definitely be both. You can be a trader and an investor at the same time. Because again, when you're playing this game, you want to have a long-term exit plan. Pick a stock that you truly believe in, you've done your due diligence on, and you've researched it extensively, and you're loading up on shares. You should only play options if your goal is to accumulate the shares. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people think that options are just something that you trade in and out. True. Options is also a great vehicle to own 100 share lots of a certain stock if it has enough equity for you to exercise.
Yeah.
So
like
that's
Palantir.
The plan for like Palantir. Perfect. That's exactly what the plan is for Palantir, right? It's so undervalued. Like I'm drawing blanks here because how longer can we get pressured? And to be honest with you, I think Palantir is getting hit with a short seller attack. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
For me, you can't have this amazing company that does amazing things for the Western civilization, has level 5 clearance, and you're trading at $23 a share. Granted, there's a high float. Why Snow ran? You know what I mean? It's baffling to me. Yes, high float. Yes, it sucks how their compensation plan is tied down to the stock. It sucks. But let's be real here. For what the company does and what they do fundamentally, it's an amazing opportunity for you. That's why at these prices, if you're not accumulating, I think you're going to be left on the dust. You're going to be left looking for a new unicorn, right? So imagine Palantir starts shelling out divs.
Yeah. Game changer.
What
if AMC starts dividends again?
Whoa! Oh my god!
Yeah, think about that.
Oh my god! Let me do.
Okay, first of all, that is possible. Okay?
Yes, it is possible, John.
Because they used to pay out dividends.
How much were they before?
It was a decent amount, but whenever they when they did shut it down, well, obviously, there was no revenue. They were paying here. But let me pull it up real quick. Quarterly, they were doing 20 cents per share, so 80 cents a year, which is not bad. You put in 100 shares, 4,600 will get you about $80.
Oh, so buy more.
That's your.
So buy more.
That's your movie tickets and probably like a large popcorn and a soda. $80. As a shareholder, you get a movie, Black Widow, with a date, with popcorn and soda. It's not bad, not too shabby.
I'll take 80 cents. Imagine if they announced that. If they ever announced that, imagine the share price.
The share price will get a pop. But I'm still not a firm believer fundamentally that it's a long-term stock. It's not.
It's not a fundamental trade, John. And we just need to get it to 100,000. That's it.
Yeah, not that much.
It's not. We're not asking for much. We're not asking for the world here, John. We just want $100,000 for it.
You made me pick up my mic. do I need to tell you at $1,000 per share, AMC is going to be bigger than Tesla?
And
you're talking 100,000?
100,000. Why can't we just have our day?
So you're saying it's going to be 50 times bigger than Apple?
Exactly. No, there's again, financially and fundamentally, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. It really doesn't make sense, right? It really doesn't make sense. And mind you, this is just me being completely transparent with everybody. AMC is a stock that you have to have an exit plan on. You have to have it, right? And I may get a lot of heat for this, but I just want to be completely honest with you guys. If you aren't looking at a potential exit strategy for AMC, or if your plan is to not sell covered calls, you are bag holding.
Yep.
You are bag holding. Yes, there is some a part of you that's probably like saying, "Oh snap! I bought this at 39. I bought this at 70. Right? I bought this at 64. Right? And you're bag holding now, and it sucks. That's a bad feeling, and you're hoping that it goes up again. But now we're trading at 46. If you didn't get your if you're not averaging down, obviously you're pretty much, your position's kind of like extra crappy. Or there's a way for you to make money while it's kind of going down, especially if you own shares, is if you sell covered calls against your shares, you might end up getting the shares for free.
Yeah.
By collecting the premiums. So me personally, I have 400 shares. My average on AMC is still pretty low. My average is still $11. What I did is what was that look for, John?
I saw that look too.
What was that look for, John?
Because man, like it's been like 3 months now.
Are you all right? Let me ask you this: if you have an $11 average on a stock and it's now 46 or even 64, will you close it?
Hell yeah.
What if you feel that there's more room to grow?
Times? Hell yeah.
You would close it.
And then use that money, put that money to work, put it somewhere else.
Oh, it's working. so oh, it's working. So what I did yesterday is I put up some covered calls that are far out, extremely far out, right? For two contracts.
How much? Well, how much was it?
The $100 strikes.
Someone bought those,
dude.
They were scooped up.
No, it's all right. So when you do covered calls, you're not selling to an individual. You're actually selling to the DTCC. You're selling to the people who have to buy the shares or collect the shares for you.
Exactly.
Right? So it's available. Why wouldn't you? Right. So if is it 100 or 145? I may be 145.
145.
Let me double check. Let me actually let me double check real quick. Let me just be. Yep, 145.
So someone out there wants AMC to run 3.5 times.
Yes, but my expiration date for this is fairly long, December 17th.
Oh, that must be cheap then.
$700.
Yeah.
Per contract, so $700 per contract, right? $700 per contract. They're currently up 2%. So I'm, collecting like $1,400.
Yeah.
On top.
Yeah.
For two contracts, and the rest I'm letting it run if it ever hits 145. But again, always make sure that you guys have an exit strategy, because if you don't, you are pretty much bag holding. And if you don't have any type of options plays that supplement your current position, you are not going to have a good time, because you're just seeing your position dip down, and you're like, where do I find a way to either I cut it at a loss or find a way to make some money while it's, trending down. So if you guys bought it at 64, I would suggest doing covered calls against them so that you guys can collect something while you're waiting for your position to mature, if you're still, bullish on AMC, right? I'm
a little sour because, what happened last week or 2 weeks ago, right? When I got out of AMC jail. I mean, it was all for entertainment purpose only, but here we are. AMC hasn't moved really, because when my calls expired, AMC was at what, 52-ish?
Yeah.
I'm not mad. It's at 46. What is it? 46? Yeah, 46.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
Have you bought more, Andrew?
Huh?
Andrew, have you bought more?
So I'm currently holding about just 15 shares, and I bought in around 48, 49, around there, roughly around there. So I'm still at a pretty good price. And yeah, I mean my contract expired with with John there. So yeah, I got out of jail, but I'm still holding the shares, just entertainment purposes, just holding it.
Nice.
Yeah, just a small position.
Speaking of short squeezes, right? Speaking of short squeezes, when are we going to play Upstart?
I don't understand how they're isn't there a lockdown that's about to free up next month, right?
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot more pressure on Upstart next month. It's 19%.
I see that. For short interest.
For short interest.
Yeah.
But I feel that the smart way to play this is ride it with the shorts. I would ride this with the shorts.
Really?
I would ride it with the shorts until after the lockup period expires, because there's going to be a fat dip.
Wait, short it now before the lockup expires?
Yeah, because after the lockup expires, see what happened to Palantir.
It dipped more.
It dipped more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So me personally, I'm looking to short it before the shorts end up covering. I think roughly around the $70 mark, maybe. Because Upstart, if you do your DD on Upstart, it's a beautiful company. It's an amazing company. So Upstart does lending. It's a fintech stock.
I see 70.
Yeah, I see 70.
I'm drawing a trend line right now.
I know. I see 70. Right? And Upstart is a way for you to lend to borrow money without like taking your full FICO scores into effect. So when you want to borrow some cash, your FICO is like the end all be all, right? If you have a low FICO score, you're not going to get approved. But what Upstart does is they take your life, what your accounts are looking like. They take your education into effect. So it's more of algorithmic lending. And they're going to start expanding into car dealerships, where if you apply for an Upstart loan in a car dealership, there's a 71% chance that you're going to be approved on the spot because of their algorithm and how they do their lending practices. And they're pretty cool too. Like, I've used Upstart a long time ago and they were pretty cool. Mm. They're fairly easy to use, but I think this is a fundamentally great company that's being heavily shorted, but with a lockup period that's expiring next month, 70 is possible. 70 is possible.
If you draw a trend line, I see 70.
70 is possible. So if you want to make money on the downside, I would start looking, not doing. Looking is different from doing. Looking at a potential short as the lockup period happens. Maybe during, like, if we find out, can we find out? Let me see real quick. Do you know exactly when the lockup period happens?
No, I'm not sure. August something.
UPSP lockup expiration date. Perfect. Oh shit. Wait. Hold on a second. It's not August.
Was that a rumor?
That was a rumor. Dude, the lockup already happened.
Oh.
So the lockup expiration, according to Googs, is June 14th.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, 6 months.
So June 14th was the lockup.
So if it already happened, I still see 70.
Oh, there's 180. Never mind. Hold on 1 second. There's another one. There's 180. Let me see here.
I still see more downward pressure.
Yeah, lockup expiration October. That's your long-term lockup expiration. That's probably for the executives. But there's more to the downside there. I see 70 on that one. Cool. So I think so that right there, free game for you guys who are looking to get into a new position. John, you want to do stock of the week?
Hell yeah! All right, my stock of the week is first of all, my wife loves this one, and you just said Teddy loves this store as well. It's called Target. Everyone's heard of Target, the big red dot bullseye. That's the
doggo.
The little dog with the bullseye. Ticker symbol TGT is an American retail corporation, the 8th largest retail in the United States, first being Wally World. Wally World. It is a component of the S&P 500 index, so it trades under the SPY. Okay, Target established itself as the discount division of the Dayton's Company of Minneapolis, Minnesota, in 1962. Okay, so it's been around for a while. It began expanding the store nationwide in the 80s and introduced new store formats under their Target brand in the 90s. Now they had an exclusive partnership. I think they signed, wasn't it CVS? So they have
they did.
CVS pharmacies, which is cool because that's what they needed to expand the brand, right? And what was the other rumor about? Was it Ulta? Or there was another famous big brand that they're gonna bring on. Was it Ulta or Lulu?
That's a good question.
Get your back on that one.
Let me find it.
The company has found success as a cheap chick player in the industry. The parent company was renamed the Target Corporation in 2000, and currently they have about how many stores?
It is Ulta. It is Ulta.
Ulta, right? When is that happening?
They announced it last year.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you are, especially out here in the Target over here that we go to in Colma, they're already doing the area to change into Ulta.
Oh, so they're already remodeling.
They're doing a remodeling, yeah. Oh, it's part of their refresh.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they so Target has CVS, they have Ulta brands, and if you compare it to Walmart, Walmart has typically McDonald's, okay, as one of their partners, and it just brings in the crowd, right? So if you're an Ulta fan, CVS fan, it brings in the crowd to Target. Plus, every time I go to Target, it's like, you go in there, you're not supposed to spend anything. You're supposed to just walk around because the store is clean, fresh air, right? And then people are nice, and it's always organized and not a complete circus show. But you come out with like $100 worth of like useless stuff.
It doesn't make sense.
The math,
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. Yes.
It like how you walk into Target. You walk into Target and there's like a small section of small little knickknacks for like $3. Right? You walk in there and I'm like, oh, a notepad. Like, dude, when was the last time you wrote notes? When was the last time you actually used a pen?
Oh man. All right. So going back to Target, if you guys are into cybersecurity, but this was back in the days, it suffered from a massive and highly publicized security breach of customer credit cards data, and the failure of its short-lived. This was back in early 2010s. Okay. As of 2019, Target has about 1,844 stores, okay, throughout the United States. The company is ranked number 37 on 2020 Fortune 500 list of the largest United States corporations by total revenue, okay? If you look at the stock is just on an upward trajectory, okay? Let's see. Let's look at Target's currently. Target's trading right now. If you guys want some fundamentals, Target is currently trading at $248. Okay. Again, if you look at the 5-year chart, it just skyrocketed, and the pandemic actually helped, retails and retail giants like Target. And if the market cap currently, it's about 122 billion. So it's slightly smaller than slightly smaller than Costco, but that's completely something else because Costco's
a beast.
Just a retail. No, I'm sorry, man. Costco's at 182 billion now. So Target is at 122 market cap, and then it does pay dividends. And I am actually looking into Target to add to my dividend portfolio because it's been up in their portfolio. It's been up in their annual yields, consistently. Okay, it pays about 1.5%. Okay, so for every 100 shares that you buy, so you put in 24 grand as an investment, you get about $360 a year worth of Target bucks, I would say.
Ooh.
Target spending money, which, Jesus Christ, I still can't believe how the wife would come in and would go in Target and say, hey, you know what? We need this. What is that? It's Post-its.
Send me a text.
It's under the consumer discretionary sector, multi-line retail industry. Target got into groceries not too long ago. I think
good move.
A few years back. That was actually a very good move because they're trying to compete with Walmart. Okay, that was the biggest move that they did a few years back. I do believe that Target has tons of room for growth. They haven't gotten into financial tech sector. They haven't gotten into, well, they're getting into with CVS. That was a good move. They need to start putting up nail salons like Walmart. You know how every Walmart has a damn nail salon? Yeah, they need to do that too. Okay, if you guys are bringing in Ulta, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. They also need to put up. Well, the thing is, Target has Pizza Hut. Some do have Pizza Hut.
Yeah, Pizza Hut. Yeah. Like the Pizza Hut Express.
Is it Pizza Hut or their own kind of brand?
It's Pizza Hut Express, but it's Boo Boo Pizza because you don't have stuffed crust pizzas.
Okay,
yeah, it's like preheated, to go.
It's just sitting on a warmer,
like DiGiorno's.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they need to up that. Obviously, they need to find a better partner. I don't know, Burger King or Wendy's or whatever, or Wingstop. But anyways, Target has tons of potential, and they haven't really tapped into the e-commerce section. Okay, like Walmart did. Walmart's the leader right now, right? Walmart's e-commerce. They have what's called Walmart Plus, right, where you get your groceries delivered. So if Target figures this all out, just wait for it. It'll have a run. So that's my my stock of the week. It's called TGT, Target.
If Target gets into EV sector like Walmart did with contracts.
Oh yeah.
Like charge point, all of that, plug power.
But most Targets have charging stations, especially Tesla.
That's depending on the
location,
landowner.
Landowner, yeah.
Oh, it's not with Target.
No, it's not with Target. It's the landowner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the landowner. So one thing to note about Target, if you look at the daily chart on Target, you see the doji.
It's confusing. Yeah, I know. I don't know why it ran that much, but
look, you see the last candle?
Yeah. Are you calling the top?
I might be calling the top.
It's super extended, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's 80. The RSI is 83. We might be covering. It's not. We might. We will be covering this on Daddy Bits tomorrow. So make sure that you guys tune in for that. It's gonna be Target's nice. I'm dude. I saw the chart and I'm like,
stock of the week. I'm not saying buy it. You can also short it. Whenever I say stock of the week, y'all think that we should buy it. We should hop on this. Not man. You can also short it.
You mean stay profit or short it?
I'm just giving you a trade idea.
Really?
There's a damn stock market show, man.
Oh,
you don't have to take our word for it. You can also do the opposite.
Oh man. So also one of the reasons why we have Andrew here is because Andrew's actually a student. He won the course for the bust down investment course that we drew last week. And we just want to pick your brain, Andrew, and see how you are liking it so far. Congratulations on winning, by the way. Thank you for entering. And tell us what your experience is currently.
So it is starting off as looking from a beginner standpoint, it is quite a lot of information, but if you do take it a little bit at a time, as you should with everything, right, you will eventually get it. And once it clicks, you'll be once it clicks, it'll click, right? And it's crazy, like all of the information and everything, it's it's broken down so a beginner can really understand it fully. And yeah, it's honestly great. And I have personally been trading, but I decided to take this course as well because you can never stop learning, honestly. And you're not going to know everything, right? And there's certain things that you'll see here and there on your journey with trading, and then you realize, I forgot about that. Now it's like, it's kind of like a refresher in your head, kind of like, and then you're like, I completely forgot about that trend line or that indicator, and then now it's brought back to your attention, and you're like, okay, this is a staple in your charts now. So it's definitely very helpful for sure.
Nice. Thank you.
What's your whole outlook when it comes to this course that you're taking? What are your thoughts? Like, what's your whole outcome? What are you expecting?
So what I'm expecting really is just to gather knowledge and information that obviously I didn't have before, and to expand where it's you'll learn, and then you'll apply it to your every week trading. And the more it's just better overall. And eventually like you guys, I am currently helping some friends, coworkers, stuff like that, starting to dabble into stocks, just buying shares right now. And I'm telling everybody buy Palantir, really, because like that's long term. Honestly, like I'm not gonna go out and tell everybody, hey, go buy AMC.
But then again, also buy AMC.
But also buy AMC. But don't sue me. But buy AMC.
Not financial advice. But buy AMC.
Yeah.
Andrew, well, one more thing. Ever since joining the Discord group, the chat group, has there been better outcomes, or what can you say about after joining the Discord group?
Honestly, trading by yourself and trying to figure out everything by yourself is very difficult, especially because you don't have a second opinion. You know, you can watch YouTube videos and like that, but then they don't give you the whole outlook. And it's, you know, the market changes every day, right?
Yeah.
Market changes every day. It's every week and every month. It's not going to be the same chart. It's not going to be just simply like, oh, it's down, it's going to go up. You know, if it's down, it can go down lower. If it's up, it has more upside. And that's what you get with a trading group and trading ideas, is that you would get multiple inputs on something that I or someone else would not catch and say, hey, this looks really good to me. But then somebody also will point out, hey, look at this. You know, it's already at a double top, and, you know, it looks like it can come down because it's oversold. And then in your head, you'll be like, oh, I didn't even see that, you know? So then from there, you're just, okay, I'm just going to hold off on buying more calls and, you know, look into a short-term put position where once it runs down and it gets to that oversold area, then, okay, we'll just buy the dip there. And you'll get that with trading groups, honestly, because it's trading by yourself, honestly. Like, that's it. It's trading by yourself. You don't get any second opinion. You know, kind of, you're trading with more emotions as well. You know, you never want to trade with emotions, because then you'll pull out too early, or, you know, you won't really have an analysis of which direction, clear direction at least, on which the market, you know, will go to. And from that, you get all of that with trading group and members of the group just putting out their ideas.
Nice. Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. Thank you for that. You know, and we can't harp on this enough. And a lot of people think that joining a group is a waste of time. Joining a group it doesn't serve your purpose. You just have to find the value in it, right? Yep. We're not saying that it's some groups, right? Some groups you may have had a bad experience, but for as far as our group is, we like to have fun in there. There's so much fun that happens in that group.
Make fun of me.
Exact fun. Fun happens in that group. So and we're not saying that you should, you know, like, yeah, please join our group. But if you have another group and you guys are already currently in there, good for you. At least you have other eyes and ears on the market too, right? Yeah. But if you guys want to make some more gains like we do, make sure you guys hit us up. Shoot us a DM. We'll get you guys going. We'll point you in the right direction.
We build traders.
We do. We forge boys into traders.
To men.
The
apes.
We're the ape factory.
The evolution of apes.
We're the ape factory. We're definitely the ape factory. So make sure that you guys are if you guys are interested in learning how to trade, becoming better traders, or just brushing up on your skills, make sure you hit us up. Hit up our friend Jay over at Bust Down Investments, bustdowninvestments.com, on Instagram at Bust Down Investments or Jay Spees Trades. Follow us on all our social media. Follow me at Trading Poppy. Follow John at John C Trades. Andrew, you want to shoot up your Instagram real quick?
Yeah, it's going to be Andrew _ Nguyen, NGUY, and then with the 2 N's.
2 N's. So hit up Andrew on Instagram if you guys want to know more about his experience. And then tradingdaddies.com for all your news, your merch, right?
Get him paid.
Yep.
Get him paid. Get him paid. And with that being said, let's get to it, guys. Let's get trading.
Yeah.